Hello, hello, dear Sagittarius. Welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking, and welcome to your June of 2025 love reading. We'll be using the Lenormand and we'll be doing a Celtic cross, looking at your love life. This month we'll be using past, present, future with a little Greek oracle, love oracle. And let's see what your Karma Dharma is. We'll also try and get some answers from Spirit relative to your questions. So maybe think up what you want to ask Spirit and see if they cannot guide you. Let's see what's going on in the month of June. June, which is the Gemini season, Sagittarius. So a lot is going on opposite you relative to your relationships. This is done on the 6th of June, and Venus has just stepped into her home sign of Taurus. Things will be stabilizing. Gemini season, of course, is very important for you, and we're coming up to a full moon in your sign. So there's something that you'll be shown, something that is culminating for you early June. Let's move forward and let's see for Sagittarius, dear Spirit. Check your other placements as well, dear Sag. And we'll be looking into the emotions, into your emotions this month as well. Your Karma Dharma in the month of June for Sagittarius. And we have rebuild. Another sign had that, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Libra, so there is a chance that you may be dealing with Libra. I don't think it was Scorpio. No, it was Libra. So they had the same card. This is the Tower. The Tower does speak to aha moments, unexpected life events taking place. Something hasn't been built well. Either that or there's a huge awakening that you're going through. Either you're the person that you're thinking of. Okay, that you're in transit mode. You're moving from a past situation. You're overcoming obstacles as the ship is above the mountains, which are the blocks. And you may also be dealing with a foreigner. I do see possible travel as well. What is the challenge for Sagittarius in the now? This is a Jupiterian card, and Jupiter is your ruling planet. Jupiter, early June, will step into Cancer, not in a helpful position for you, but sometimes, with Jupiter, which is your ruling planet, stepping into a place of exaltation, he's very happy there, that could help you. Let's see what your challenge is. Worry, stress, injustices, possible anxiety to leave where you've been emotionally, in partnerships, change. There could be third parties. Let's lay down the cards. Crowning, you're the birds. Where are you coming from in the deep past? A breakup. Recent past. A lot of research, doing a lot of homework, looking at things more closer, being very much about the details, possibly also checking out past messages, looking at something very closely. This is a Virgo card for me, which is, Virgo can be discerning, but very good with the details. Sometimes the answers are in the small details, but Sagittarius, you are all about the bigger picture. So I don't know if you were dealing with a Virgo. Someone that was very nitty-picky and discriminating and seeing things from a very different perspective than what you have been. The scythe in the foundation does speak to a breakup, but it could also talk to something suddenly that you're finding out that's coming to light. Something that's communicated, hasty decisions, these could be. Even sort of like metaphorically going through surgery could be a physical surgery as well with the scythe. But it is change. You know, the scythe is what the devil, not the devil, what the death card usually holds. In Sagittarius, you may have Scorpio in your chart as well. You may have some planets in Scorpio. There was something I wanted to tell you which I forgot. Yes, I remembered now. So you've been dealing with, Saturn has been, you are a mutable sign. You've been dealing with a lot of change, and it hasn't been easy for you. I do know that, generally speaking, for Sagittarius and all the mutable signs. Near future, it looks like things are clearing up. News is coming in. Something is you're being enlightened about. We see the messengers. The birds can also be transition, movement. In the position of you, the fox, you're trying to be intelligent, or you've been dealing with a fox, someone that was sneaky. Let's look at your environment. It could have been a commitment, or you could have been in and out or doing cycles with a particular person. Lots of opportunities to do something in a different way, but sometimes I do feel with cycles it's like you're revisiting the same situation and hoping for a change, unless you've been dealing with someone that was another commitment. Your hopes and fears are the lilies. The possible outcome for Sagittarius. Wow, this divine masculine has shown up for most of the signs. The outcome is, hold on, let me close the window. The cross. The cross can speak to a heavy burden, but also you've been going through changes where your beliefs are concerned, and you are all about what you believe, what you grew to believe. That's the Sagittarian signature. Through challenges, through hardships, our beliefs do change. We do become wiser. And dear Sagittarius, hello Gaia. Usually you are very optimistic people, but I know that you've been through a lot. So sometimes over-optimism could be a problem. We need to be more grounded and not expecting too much. Life happens. Where is the other card? Thank you, Gaia. Do you mind, Gaia? Gaia, are you getting comfortable? No, you can't do this. Sorry, sweetheart. There you go. Sorry about that. Looks like this is like a disruption in your life. You've gone through something. That's what Gaia is telling me here. Something has been disrupted in your life. What's going on, dear Sagittarius? We'll be taking more cards. What's the cross sitting on? We've got the owls, which are news bringers. They are about wisdom, but because we see the moon, there's a lot that maybe that's come up to the surface, being seen. And it is a 12, which is, you've got the 12 twice. So I don't know if you're dealing with a Pisces individual. But Pisces is also the natural 12th house, which could speak to a secret love affair or an ending to a major life cycle, or things going on behind the scenes that you may not have been aware of that have come to your attention, or that they're coming to your attention. We see here someone either two-timing or taking a gamble. Gaia, do you mind? I do apologize, dear Sagittarius, but I think it's hot. It's the heat. No, you can't do this. You're not allowed to do this. Let me just settle her for a second. Gaia, you can't do this. Come on. Come on, baby. You could sleep anywhere else other than the table. There you go. Let's continue. I was talking about the information coming to light, something that's going to be a bit of a heavy burden to carry. I mean, this is the ship. The ship is the Ten of Swords, so there's been some betrayal. some betrayal involving others. You do have a couple of sevens. Sevens are conflictual energies. We've got a King of Wands here. That would be your energy, obviously. Some of you may be hoping to leave things behind, leave something important behind. Because as you could see, the ship is good news, but the ship is heading towards the mice. So maybe this is a change of plans or an abrupt change of path because of things that you will be enlightened about. Even the birds which are crowning you, birds can speak to stress or anxiety or even excitement. I guess this could be more about anxiety and stress. Why? Because the birds do bring the news, and we do see gossip, we do see social media. The birds could be, a group that you socialize with, or finding things out through the grapevine, through social media. Now I was talking about the ring here, and then we've got the lilies, and the lilies they're a spiritual connection. It could be a sexual connection as well. The lily is about ethics and morality, and we've got the King of Swords. So I'm wondering if that's not a friend, and I don't usually get friendships. I'm wondering if that's not a friend that's filling you in with some truth bombs, and therefore you're going through a big change, and hoping to rebuild your life on more stable and secure foundation relative to your love life. Because this divine masculine could be your energy, because I do get fire. And he wears Mars on him, so this is either someone who's got a strong placement of Mars. This could be a Scorpio again. Well, King of Swords would be an Aquarius, or someone that's all about the truth, let's say. Unless this is someone, and this is not a friend, and this is competition for you, because we've got two kings here, and two kings could be someone having a choice between two. As I was saying, this could be a fire sign or an air sign. So it could be the Aquarius, could be any air sign or any fire sign, or someone who's got a strong placement of Mars. As I said, Scorpio, Aries, they're both ruled by Mars. So I don't know if this is another love partner, or, what is really coming through here, because I do see a lot of passion, desire, but there can also be frustration and anger. Now, obviously, this is someone that's very fit. You could see the way he's built. But I do also get someone who's, because Mars is transiting through Leo, someone that's becoming more powerful because of not discernment, but more so, having that fire beneath them to manifest, to create, and even sometimes, even just getting uncomfortable. We're forced, because this could be someone who's quite forceful or not willing to give up, right, where love is concerned. I don't know exactly, but we'll be taking another layer, and let's do that now. And let's see why you're heading towards the mice for Sagittarius in June. So we've got the fish, we've got another king here, we've got three kings, King of Swords, Wands, and King of Pentacles. Again, we've got Pisces energy here. Well, the fish can speak to abundance. It can also speak to clarity, illusion. And therefore, because with the ship, which can speak to truth, Jupiter is about the truth, is about seeing the bigger picture. Something is cleared, something is seen. It can have to do with someone's financial standing, or that someone's been deceptive. Let's see. Yeah, and we've got the moon here as well. So lots of mysteries being resolved solved or even seen, revealed. As with the moon, of course, the moon can speak to someone's emotional standing there, how they are emotionally. But the moon also can speak to deception, right? So strong deception, themes relative to someone's personal life. The moon does speak to emotions, psychic abilities, fears, but also can speak to someone's emotional depths. Now, it's the Eight of Cups. The moon can also speak to the nighttime, so something going on during the nighttime. And we did see the owls here and the moon up here. So some things being revealed relative to someone's personal life, things that they were hiding from you. Why do we have the scythe? Yeah, we've got the bridges, and the bridges could be choices or, not being able to mend something, these bridges, and therefore going through a breakup. I'm wondering if others of you have gone through a breakup and you're hoping to go and visit family. You're coming closer to family for moral support. What is this magnifying glass? Yeah, the anchor in the lover reading would speak to a relationship that's more committed, could speak to a marriage. So things being revealed relative to someone's personal life, or if finding out that someone was in another marriage and they were wearing masks. That shows up in the recent past, but it could be during the month of June. What is the birds? What are the birds? See, there's the book that's closed, that you will have revelations from others. You're meant to find these things out. And it could be from friends or family members or a social group that you find out about someone's personal life. We've got another King of Cups. So Pisces comes through very, very strongly. Let's have a look at the near future. And we've got, this could be a Pisces, could be an earth sign as well. Even though he's sitting on the King of Wands. Well, King of Wands could be someone that's quite flirtatious. This could be someone that you're finding things out about. I do see in the future, I see someone else. This would be someone that's got strong earth usually, or strong water in their chart. They do come through as quite romantic. But remember, King of Wands could be someone that's quite flirtatious and someone that is wearing a facade, wearing a mask about, what they truly want from you. Right? So they're showing up as the dog and they turn out to be a wolf. Let's have a look. We've got a storm brewing outside. There, seeing lots of revelations. Lots of revelations and hidden wisdom is coming to you in the near future. Why do you have the fox on you? And you're probably wondering why something was not moving along. Well, even the tower for me and the fox, because the tower does speak to limitations and timing, but it can also speak to a significant, the constitution of marriage, something that is rock solid. And it's interesting because you've got the tower there. So you're going through a tower moment, figuring out that someone possibly was in another commitment. Let's take one more. And this will take you elsewhere. Nothing happens without a reason. I do see transition. I do see change. I don't know if this is a marriage that you're figuring out that there's been infidelity, or you're dealing with someone that was in another marriage. Because I do see also here that you're going to be, from here on forward, you're going to be more intelligent. So wherever there are blocks, you'll be finding intelligent ways to overcome any blocks relative, because the tower can also speak to loneliness, right? It can speak to loneliness, it can speak to limitations, time limiting, because there's something that you've been going through that's changing drastically. You've got an opportunity to rebuild your life. Similar reading with Scorpio, I would say. This is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Or this is what you love. This is what you're hoping for. I mean, the storks do bring the child. Some of you could be parents, of course, but the storks also do, they are travelers. They do travel, change continents, and build their nests elsewhere. So you could be in a transition where you're leaving something and moving to something else. And this could be a life change, not just a house change. Let's look at the ring. We see the key and the golden cage is open. Someone frees themselves. Let's see. Wow. Okay. Well, that's really interesting. It could be a funny twist here. It could be a funny twist, because if this is your environment and you're doing cycles again and again, because the key here is like an open wound where the door is open now. I do get similar themes with other signs as well, like not knowing whether to stay or whether to go. Now this more than likely does involve the person that you've been dealing with, which could be a past life connection, yes. And because we've got the tree, which is health, and the key, which could be something, an open wound, it could be psychological, could be physical, where someone's wanting their freedom. This could be, if this is not your person, because if you've been dealing with someone that you didn't know that they were in another marriage, maybe they kept that from you because they didn't want to tell you that they're trying to escape, that they're trying to get out of a situation that they were in, another commitment. They may be finding the resolution, or they're working on that, on their freedom, right? And wanting to connect with someone that they feel is their person, could be from a past lifetime. I mean, there is an offer on the table here. Unless, because this is your reading anyway, so if you've been in a commitment, which has affected your health, of course, like you built a family, so on and so forth, this is like, again, a brand new life. If you're breaking out, of an unhealthy situation, there is the potential for for a new meeting someone new. We do have someone in your future here. Could be a past connection, it could be a spiritual connection. We've got the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, so they do speak to separation and divorce. Let's look at the lilies. In the hopes and fears. See, someone may be, because if this is your person, they're thinking to get out of a marriage. They could be leaving a Queen of Swords, which could have been a previous marriage, let's say. Queen of Swords is usually someone who is a divorcee or in separation. So I don't know how it speaks to you. This, to me, speaks to karma, and it possibly also, because it is the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is usually a player where there's infidelity, or someone that wasn't willing to settle down, or someone that wanted to break free, wanted to chase their desires. And it is a number 11, so Libra comes through again, and also possible fights, arguments, possible litigation. This is a lot of karma that's playing out here. The whip is disagreements, right? Not being on the same page. Possibly someone wanting to do the right thing and the other person wanting just to play. So I don't know who that ties in with. And there is the sun. The sun brings up Leo. But this could also mean someone wanting to reconcile, the other person not wanting, or someone's following their heart. It is the Ace of Pentacles. There's chaos and conflict, but someone wants to build something safe, secure, and long-term. A heart connection. Someone may have regrets and doubts about reconciling, going back to a relationship. Now someone is following their own heart. I mean, the sun does speak to confidence. It speaks to leadership, and it speaks to taking a risk or meeting someone new. It's the natural 5th house. Let's have a look at the outcome. Wow. Okay, I did speak of Scorpio, that this could be a Scorpio energy here. We've got the Death card, but the 9 of Pentacles could also speak to someone that can stand on their own, someone that is single, free, someone that's happy on their own, or possibly not happy on their own. So I don't know if this is an energy of, I'm wanting to be by myself. I'm wanting my freedom, but to have my freedom, I need to go through a death process, because this could be your energy as well. Wow. I'm going to say through, I think that there will be lots of revelations, because Scorpio does speak to depth and the resolve of mysteries, because we've got so many people here, and the birds are here again. And we did see the birds. Did we not see the birds? Somewhere we saw them. Where are they? Yeah, here in the near future. There they are. And there are the 3 birds again. And we've got the birds up here. So lots of communication this month. There is a death. It's not an actual death. It's a metaphorical death, of course. Which, the death card could speak to change. So no more confusion. As I said, the revelations or the resolve of mysteries, which can bring a lot of anger, but can also be the fuel that fires someone up to rebuild their life, but to rebuild with someone that they can fully trust. I want to take another card, because the involvement, so much involvement of other people here can really confuse. Let's get more information. The end of a story, this is the end of a life cycle. Because it's a 21. To me, this is like someone needing to pass the test, or someone having passed the test, having passed the Saturnian challenges and testing times, and having become all the more wiser, all the more powerful, because the mountain does speak to a lot of strength. And it does take a lot of strength to go through a life crisis, a life cycle, and begin anew again. But also, if this is someone new that's entering your life that is going to change your life fully, they could possibly be the ones, and you can flip the story if it suits you, right? They could be the ones that will teach you that with strength you can overcome any blockages, any difficult life cycles. And this is the 8 of Wands. So I do see transition, I do see change, as I said, which can involve travel. I don't know, this could be movement towards a place where there are high mountains. The Eight of Wands, many times they could speak to Cupid's love arrows, but because the mountain is sort of blocking those wands, this could also be someone being blocked, blocking someone totally out of one's life. So putting a total full stop to a situation. And I don't know why I get wisdom here. I get wisdom. It feels like this is end of story. This is, I don't fall for it anymore. I do feel that this is going to be a month of great wisdom for you, dear Sagittarius. It's like you will be, at the last moment, you will be tested once more as to if you will believe, if you will trust a story, the storyteller, which could be a Gemini. Gemini is opposite you, and that's where, I mean, you're having a full moon in your sign, so we've just recently had a new moon in Gemini. So something began for your partnership house, the people opposite you. Something began, but you will also have revelations relative to that. So I feel if you've been dealing with a storyteller and you've been hook, line and sinker and believing and trusting, I think that's a major lesson that you're going through this month. This is what I'm getting. Let's take some cards and see what's going on. Let's see what your advice is. For Sagittarius, please, Spirit, what is the advice for the month of June 2025? Magician and the Mirror. Let's see, number 53. The Magician and the Mirror to me is like trickery. It's like a Gemini storyteller. Let's see. This card upright represents the culmination of your personal and spiritual power at this time. In the Magician's left hand is the flame of passion and action. In his right hand is a vortex of water and the light of reflection. This highly beneficial card is telling you that you are the magician, and within your grasp are the amazing forces of earth and spirit. The water is the energy of yin and the power of spirit and clarity of thought. The flame is the energy of yang, bringing direction and creativity. Together they give you the magnificent magic of transformation. The mirror stands beside the magician, reflecting the outer world's response to your choice to use or dismiss, in brackets, the true power that you have. Its silver reflection reveals the future in a mist on the horizon, ready to be magically formed. When you receive the Magician upright, you are put on notice that an important and powerful time is at hand. You are the alchemist of your life, and just as an alchemist turns base metals into gold, you are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. This is true in every area of your life. Claim your power and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. Direct your destiny, and the mists of the future will clear into brilliant reality. What an amazing card, dear Sagittarius. And you deserve this. It does say that you're the magician. But for me, if you've been dealing with a trickster, then you will be able to see. You will be able to see. So I do get a little bit of weakness here. You've been tested, but you will pass. Again, as I said, you've been challenged, you've been tested. Maybe you failed first time. This is now is the awakening here. Here is the opportunity to rebuild your life from scratch. You're in transitory mode, surely. Let's see emotionally what's going on. Too many cards, but I do see romance here and an offer. I think that you'll be quite discerning with people. I feel that you took the bait recently. You paid the price. But that's a very valuable Saturnian lesson that you are overcoming. And you're receiving the accolades and the gifts for the examinations you've been through. You've got material world, which could speak to family. It's like the Ten of Pentacles. Karmic partner. Some of you were in a commitment. You've received your lessons. That's enough. These are fated events for me. The palm is like your fate. So you've received your lessons already. Patience. Be patient with yourself. Be patient. Things do take time. Mute. The mute could be, some of you may be feeling a little bit lost, a little bit empty right now. Be patient with yourself. The mute speaks to, it can speak to blocked, having blocked someone, not receiving any messages anymore. But summer seems to be, and Leo comes through, summer seems to be a much happier time. And we're stepping into summer this month. We've got the summer solstice, right? Unless you're dealing with a Leo individual, but it's going to be a much more flirtatious and fun time moving forward, I would say. For the past fall has been quite difficult for you, and there is another possible commitment, unless you've blocked and you've received the lessons from a particular commitment, a particular relationship. Some of you could also be connecting with someone that's coming out of another commitment, right? They're becoming free and ready to date, and you may be, this could be a twin flame where you're mirroring each other and you've both gone through the same thing. There are regrets though. You've got regrets. You know, regrets are part of life, and they're part of the lessons, part of the journey. Let's move forward. I get that this person that's in regret is this person here. Whoever this is. Someone that's been quite deceptive, obviously, because the clouds are clearing and the news is coming in and you're becoming much wiser. Let's take past, present, future, strictly past, present, future, and be ready to ask your questions as to what's going on moving forward. So this is for Sagittarius, dear Spirit. Thank you. Sagittarius. Past, present, and future. Yep, a broken mirror is an ending. Scorpio comes through. In the now, there's possibility for new love or even self-love. And in the future, someone gets caught out. Someone's going to be more intelligent. Remember the fox that's in the position of you? There is the thief. There is the worry. The house is like a relationship. And you know, the thief runs off with the loot, but the thief can also be great intelligence. So having gone through a particular lesson and not falling for the trap anymore. And some of you are could be carrying a chip on your shoulder relative to not trusting others. Don't do that. Don't put yourself through that. Just be wise, be intelligent, and have your eyes open. Some of you in the future could be going through some financial loss because of past situations. You could be going through a separation, divorce, or even just putting something to rest may be costing you. Scorpio does speak to money that comes through from others. So if you've been used and abused, if you've been dealing with a thief, let them, you know, this is like them receiving their karma, let's say. It's like spirit is catching them in the act. So I don't usually get that with this card. So whoever's done you wrong in the future, this is very karmic. They receive the lesson. they get caught out. Somehow there's going to be worry here. But you know, the mice can also speak to depression. If you're feeling as though you're in a slump and you need help, do reach out for professional help, not laying your problems on a new relationship, because that's not going to work for you. Okay, just keep that in mind. Let's take your remember, you are the magician. You are the magician. The magic is in your hands. You just have to know that you can use that for your benefit. Let's see. Thank you, dear Spirit, for answering the questions for Sagittarius, the month of June, or whenever you get to view this. Reconsider. Ask your angels. Communicate clearly. That card has come out for most signs. A year from now. Recovery. Abundance. Romance. And ask for help from others. You see, romance is coming in, but you're still needing some help, some support. Choose a new direction. Someone is choosing a new direction here. Let's take some love messages, some love thoughts. If they have not been exchanged as messages, they're thoughts as we're picking in the mind of the other. Whoever you're concentrating on. Could be a past partner, could be a future partner. I do see happy times here with the summer card. Interesting that we've got the 5-star fish, right? Which does remind me of the Venus star point. The Venus star point, which is Venus and the Sun coming together, could be very significant for you in your life journey. So it would speak to cycles, 4 years, 8 years, 12, 16, you know, or even 8, 16 years, you know, what's going on for you. These are synodic cycles of Venus relative to those periods of time. You are a dream come true. I feel blessed. I want to marry you. I want to share my life with you. And we see the ring in your environment. So I'm wondering if that's not someone having popped the question already to you. But this is an open wound for some reason. I'm now awakened. Now I see clearly. You are the one for me. I want you like crazy. You are so sexy. What can I do to win you back? You bring such happiness to my life. I'm not, what am I saying? My heart still bleeds for you. I'm not living, just breathing. Open your heart and talk truthfully to me. Talk to me. And what's that about? What are they going to talk about? I love you. Wow. And at the bottom of the deck, I have never loved like this before. More positive messages than negative. I hope that, because I do see a breakup here because of choices. I mean, you know, sometimes the love messages don't resonate as much with the actual reading. But remember, this is a general reading and does talk to a lot of people. Maybe, not because I always reference the astrology, and I know Saturn has been pressuring you, putting a lot of responsibility on you. But things are changing now. We've got Saturn in Aries, which works well for Sagittarius. So you've got a little bit of stardust, a few blessings for the next, for the summer season relative to the northern hemisphere, or if you're in the southern, the winter, which could be a very flirtatious, very happy time. But come second part of the year, we're going back. There's something that we need to finish, and I guess that the thief in the near future could have to do with that. So accept your blessings now, because you've got blessings surely, and hopefully you will these better times will help you rebuild your confidence and know that you are the magician in your own life. So come what may, Spirit. Thank you so much, dear Sagittarius. I'm wishing you well. I will be back.